And welcome another week after two rounds of tornadoes here in Sinloa. We're calming things down. Beautiful sunset here. Looking for a Texas Street cam there. Sinloa Broadcasting with that. Looking west off Texas Street here in Alexandria. Beautiful day it turned out to be this morning. Well, it was still gloomy and still foggy in some locations. Gina, likewise, it clear skies. It did clear off nicely. That's in response to a weather system to the north of you. Notice the wind did pick up some today, kind of blowing away the clouds, dispersing the clouds. And likewise in Leavesville, thanks to a country 105.7 over in that direction. We thank those folks for that view. All right, let's check out your weather headlines. Basically, this week, the weather forecaster, Nick and I, we will be guessing a lot with three fronts in our forecast. They will bring changes. We'll try to outguess it. And then a peek into next week. You probably have already heard about the big changes that may be coming the first full week of 2024. All right, let's get into it more locally here. Nothing happening here as far as features. We did see a little warm front come through out ahead of this next system. Most of this energy is traveling north of us. So we get the southerly flow, southerly wind today that responded gusty at times. And then there'll be a front on the backside of that. Here's that front traveling through Texas. Most of the precipitation and cloudiness at this particular time is associated and near the surface low. The upper level energy is centered up in that area as well. But this will be a dry front for us, not expecting anything. So Futurecast brings that front through for Tuesday morning if you have to go to work there for New Year's Eve morning. No issues there. In fact, I think if it's foggy, it'll only be in a few places. Once again, let's go fast forward all the way to 9 p.m. fireworks time, maybe 8 p.m., depending on how early a fireworks person you are. I don't see any issues. It will be kind of cool by that time, but it usually is this time of year, but you don't have to worry about the rain. Checking out the Wednesday. This is New Year's now. This would be 2025, 7 o'clock for deer hunters. Some of folks may want to go out. No issues there. And we'll see a partly cloudy sky at that particular time. And New Year's Day still looking pretty good as far as the forecast is concerned. Some changes coming after that, though. So here's your 7-day numbers going into it. We're looking at that first front coming through on Tuesday. Mostly sunny sky. The front comes in dry. Of course, by New Year's Day on Wednesday, mostly sunny. We'll see a little bit of cooling coming into the forecast there as we head into Wednesday. And for Thursday, looks like we bottom out in the mid 30s. That means some low 30s in some locations. Kind of a quick change coming in as we'll see some rain chances come in during the PM hours on Thursday. Not a lot. I think the most chance will be Thursday night, and then Friday morning 20% lingers, and we'll see temperatures there reasonable. That's pretty seasonable this time of year, 42 and 60. A second front will come into the forecast, cool it off again on Saturday. I did throw in 10% or keep 10% just in case there's a sprinkle or two with that after that second front. And then we see bigger changes coming in towards Sunday and into Monday as some showers and thunderstorms Sunday and Sunday night kind of give way to that 30% in the forecast on Monday. And we'll see a third front. And right now, that is the one of the big question marks in our 7-day forecast is, well, is that going to be the big front? And is it going to be shallow and come through slowly, or is it going to blast through? Right now, it looks like it's anybody's guess, but I'm leaning with it being a little more shallow and not a drastic temperature change in Monday with a low of 42 and 55. But regardless, there is cold air. You've been hearing about the cold air coming next week. It's on its way, folks. It's brewing. The pattern is brewing. Here I go with the upper level features, all important in determining that. Going into next Monday, January 6th, we see a little southern extension of the jet stream here, but notice the heart of the colder air is still way up to the north. Again, this gives you an idea how cold this air could be in some locations. And let me continue to fast forward this. Look at the heart of that cold air sinking southward across the Great Lakes into the Midwest, northeastern United States. We're kind of on the edge of it right now, but we will get it as well. And then going into Friday, you notice that pivoted with that vortex kind of thing That's how some of these extreme cold outbreaks occur. Again, focused in areas to the northeast of us, Great Lakes, Midwest, all the way into the Tennessee Valley, southeastern states, the eastern seaboard, New England, and some of those locations. Again, it's on the west side is where we're going to be. So Sinlock will not get the coldest air that this particular outbreak or series of outbreaks has to offer, but it will be plenty cold. So here I go with the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Above normal, West Coast, much below. This is a way below temperature forecast here for much of the southeastern. So this is a good idea to show you where the heart or the focus of the cold air will be. And again, we're there, but we're kind of on, I wouldn't say the fringes, but we won't get the worst of it. And that is good news. But what can we expect by just getting the worst of it and not the brunt? All right, so cold next week, multiple days with a hard freeze. I define a hard freeze here in central Louisiana as anything below 25 degrees. So we'll have multiple days of that next week. Time frame here is probably looking about January 6th through the 11th or 12th. 1 or 2 days could be in the teens in some of the colder areas. So right now it looks like maybe mid to upper teens could be possible in the coldest locations a time or two next week. Any ice or snow? Well, that is always the question there in these situations. So right now, we don't see anything definitive on that, but Nick and I are certainly aware of that. And stay with us. Nick and I will have updates on this as the pattern always seems to change. All right, take care, and thanks for being with me. And Nick Mikos will be with you in the morning, and I'll see you again about this time tomorrow. Take care, and have a terrific Tuesday, New Year's Eve.